I'd like to welcome everyone to Software Spotlight, your front row seat to the latest innovations in software for small business. I'm Michael Burnswide, your host. Each week, we are joined by executives at leading software companies to get an insider's perspective on the emerging technologies, business strategies, and market trends shaping the future. Tune in each week to stay ahead of the curve on leveraging software to boost productivity and growth in your business. Be sure to visit our website, softwareoasis.com, to access our free weekly software newsletter and sign up for our upcoming software webinar series. Today, we're actually joined by Rao Chejarla. He's the visionary founder and CEO of Expeed Software and their solution, Saaslogic. Rao started Expeed in 2008 to help enterprises with application development and digital transformation. In this episode, we will explore the dynamic world of SaaS, software development, and fintech as Rao shares his expertise in building cutting-edge solutions that empower businesses to scale and thrive in the digital age. So with that, Rao, welcome to the Software Spotlight.
Hey, thank you, Michael. Thanks for letting me be on your show.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure to have you. And I know in this episode, our listeners are hoping we'll dive into the Saaslogic solution. And I was hoping maybe you could give us a little bit of an introduction, a little bit of your background, and the founding of your company, and what brought you to the space where you are now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you, Michael. Like I said, before this SaaS Logic was started, the, I have a services business, Expeed Software, that was started about 15 years ago, and our mainly we were providing a lot of custom software development and then data analytics and integrations. Those were the
Sure.
main services that we have been providing. As part of that journey, we came across a scenario where we had to build SaaS product for our customers, and then as part of that, we also had to build the subscription management. So we did that 3, 4 times. Then I realized, hey, this is a repeating pattern. So we are building this again and again as part of the SaaS products for our customers. So that means there must be a need for this as a platform by itself. So then we started researching, and then we just said, okay, we'll start this as our first product, where we can make it easy for our customers to really manage the subscriptions and collect the payments without they spending a lot of time. So that way they can focus on their core product development. Right? That's the relation that led to creation of Saaslogic product and then company. So
That makes a lot of sense. And a lot of times some of the best solutions come from a deep need within the market or within your organization, or even in this case your customers. And we've seen solutions like that have come to fruition and really taken off very quickly. And I think that's the most important thing. Identifying a need within the market, and at a high level, the volume of SaaS solutions launching every day, needing this type of solution is testament to that. And
yeah,
yeah, obviously your background in developing this type of tech for a lot of different companies, gave you the expertise to launch a solution that could be, something that could be used by a wide range of customers. So, can
yeah.
you talk a little bit more, at a high level, the main solution or the main problem that
Mhm.
the Saaslogic solution aims to, overcome?
Yeah, sure. So if you look at the industry, especially it's a SaaS businesses, the business model has become subscription based instead of paying upfront licenses like in the olden days. Most of the
Sure.
SaaS products today is their revenue model is subscriptions, right? Um, and then, of course, there are also non-SaaS businesses like, um, meal kits and things like that. They are also into subscription, business model. Um, so one of the subscription, it may sound simple and easy on the surface, but actually, if you really look at it, has a lot of nuances and there are a lot of complexities. It could take a lot of time for you to really implement as part of your core product. Some of the challenges when your customers subscribe to your product, that's only the starting, right? You
Sure.
want them to really uh, change their subscriptions many times over the relationship with the product, because when they're changing, they're most likely they're just, if they stick with you and they're changing, they're trying to upgrade to better plans, right? If you have a SaaS product, you are definitely not going to have one pricing plan. You're going to have multiple pricing plans, right? So you should be able to create a pricing plan um, whenever you need to test it out. So because pricing is actually sometimes when you start it out, it's very difficult to really know what the pricing should be for your product. So it's
Right.
actually you need to go through the discovery process. So that means your ability to really create new pricing plans should be there. If that is not there, it's going to be difficult for you to really find out your price point, right?
Sure.
So we provide ability for you to, if you have like 100 features of your product, you can just define your different pricing plans using subset of these features and tell your price, and then we actually hold all that, and then we will provide APIs for you to put that pricing in front of your customers, right?
Sure. And obviously, being able to take the different features and functionalities of a solution and to, break that down to provide the end customer with just precisely what they do or don't need helps
Yeah,
helps the company to optimize their pricing, and
yeah,
that's so important, and
yeah,
especially to gain traction early on.
yeah. That pricing, discovering the pricing point is one thing, and also when they upgrade and downgrade their price, the plans, it has downstream impact on your financial systems, right? Like if you're using QuickBooks or whatever, you need to make sure that these changes are reflected so that your accounting team is up to date with what is happening. So we take care of all those things. Every time you change or every time you send an invoice, we basically just sync up this whole thing with your downstream financial system so that your accounting team really knows what's happening. Right?
Yeah, and it sounds like your expertise in software development is clearly an important component, because there is no one size fits all when it comes to subscription billing for SaaS, and obviously every system needs to be integrated, well integrated, to have things flow smoothly. Can you talk a little bit, as long as we're on that topic, a
Mhm.
little bit about some of the key, out of the box integrations that exist for the platform that would be of importance for a wide variety of your users?
Yeah, sure. One of the primary requirement in this product integration, in terms of integrations, is you want to collect the payments. So that we integrate with multiple payment gateways like Stripe and then Authorize.net. We have uh, you know Razorpay for India. We have few more payment gateway integrations,
Okay.
and on top of that, we also have integration with um, accounting systems like QuickBooks. We have QuickBooks on, it's already done. We have few more on the radar, like NetSuite and things like that.
Okay.
Um, that is very important integration because um, when we send invoices from let's say the customers are being billed on monthly basis, we are going to send invoice on your behalf to the customers. But if you have accounting folks, they probably expect all these invoices in the payable portion of your accounting system, right? So we have ability to really sync up with QuickBooks. That way, your accounting people, as usual, they really don't have to know anything about Saaslogic, but they will be able to log into QuickBooks and then see all the pending invoices, right?
Okay, got it. So that's so important. And before I sold my last company, I had a full head of hair, and
Yeah,
that the last company, I owned during the point where all of the tax laws and implications and things changed, and clearly that's such an important component to SaaS billing. Is
yeah.
there any kind of functionality or capability built into the solution or an integration to handle some of the tax implications and collecting and remitting taxes?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's an important component of it. And you want to make sure you are in compliance with your local tax laws.
Sure.
So we actually have partnered with Avalara. Um,
Okay. Sure. There.
so they operate in multiple regions, and then they are tax experts in all these regions. So instead of we taking those things, responsibilities, we integrate with Avalara. So if you're
Okay.
using
Fantastic.
Avalara, we'll be able to bring the tax as a line item on the invoices. So I
Yeah.
think that's good. Yeah.
Yeah. No. By and far, they're definitely one of the leaders in tax compliance. So that's so important. And I guess the other question I had for you, can you talk about some of the, obviously you're a few years into it in terms of getting the solution up and running, but
Mhm.
can you talk about some of the early milestones and the growth of the solution, and maybe some areas, or you know maybe some things on your product roadmap that you've shipped recently that you're really proud of with the solution?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, we so recently, I mean, we have a lot of things. So recently, we have added. We were thinking of subscriptions to some of these non-SaaS kind of business, like your gym and things like that.
Sure.
Um, One of the things that we added is sometimes you take a annual membership or whatever,
Right.
but you might have a situation where you have to pause that subscription for a couple of months, right?
Right.
So most of the times, you don't have you don't gain anything if you just don't show up. I guess you still will be charged. But I think as a merchant, if they want to be, build a good relationship with the customers, they probably want to provide a facility where you would be able to pause that for a couple of months and then
Sure.
extend it, right? Right. So that is something that we added recently. Um,
Okay. And
you
it
know,
sounds very simple, but obviously there's a lot of
yeah,
logic behind it. Yeah.
nothing is simple in this world. Anywhere
Yeah.
you're touching the financial information, it's all sensitive and then complex. So yeah, we added that feature, and also we have few more things on the roadmap. One thing that the next thing we are looking at is when these subscription fees are a little higher, and then like so for example, let us say you have subscription to something like Salesforce or HubSpot. You're talking about thousands of dollars per year, right? So when the subscriptions are higher value like this, usually you'll have some kind of contracts where agreements where both parties will have to really sign the document, right?
Right.
If it is a simple, like, $20 monthly subscription, consumer kind of subscription, you don't see the documents being really signed. But if it is a high value subscriptions like this, there is a need for signing the contracts and things like that.
Sure. So
Uh,
B2B subscriptions, for
B2B
example. Yeah.
subscriptions. So we have on the roadmap to bring the whole integration with things like DocuSign or HelloSign or Adobe Sign, something like, so that we'd be able to facilitate the whole contract um, signature as well. At the end of the signing the contract, that will become a subscription in our system. That is something that we are bringing to the table. Um, and then we also have, as it is today, we have a very good customer portal. Customer portal not for our customers, right?
Oh, very interesting.
So we are trying to make it really customizable so that that provides a lot of value for our customers. So um, things like that. We have few things on the roadmap as well.
So good example might be that health club,
Mhm.
their customers would be able to log in to see an overview of their account and the like.
Yeah, they can upgrade, downgrade, or whatever. They can pause if things like that. And again, all these things are customizable. For example, as a merchant, if you don't want to offer pause and resume, we have tons of configuration in the system where your merchant can choose, okay, this is how I want this feature to function for me, right?
Sure.
I may not want to offer the pause and resume. That means your customers won't see. If you
Right.
enable that, you'll see. So everything is configurable.
Yeah,
Right?
and I think, I've over the years, worked on a lot of different custom solutions because let's face it, in the early years of the internet, not a lot
Mhm.
of solutions existed. So
Mhm.
a lot of solutions had to be built from scratch. But clearly, as you scale the solution and you see more and more customer feedback on the
Mhm.
different functionalities that you're offering to everyone, it gives you the opportunity to add new features that would be of use to a wide variety of users. So, with that in mind, are
Mhm.
there some things that you might point to for anyone listening to the podcast that might be, looking into the solution and saying to themselves, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Everything they've talked about, sounds on target, but
Mhm.
I'm looking at some other, competitive solutions in the market. Are there some key features that kind of help differentiate the solution from what they might be seeing out there already?
Definitely. So one of the key differentiator is um, most of the existing platforms focus on their customers, which is just the merchants, right? They do all the things necessary to make it easy for them. When it comes to their customers, not all platforms provide a portal where their customers can manage the subscriptions and things like that. We have put a lot of effort in making sure that we provide a good feature for your customers as well, to to manage ongoing basis, either if you have to upgrade or maybe downgrade and pause the subscriptions. All these things they can do on their own. That way, you don't have to be in the middle. I think we'll save time for our merchants by providing a self-service customer portal to our customers, right? That is that's one thing.
Sure,
And the second is we it's more than feature. I think how we work with our customers. Um, as we said in the starting, we come from the background of building SaaS products for our customers before we started Saaslogic. That
sure,
means, we integrated with tons of third-party products when we developed products for our customers. We understand the pain that you have to go through when you're integrating with third-party products. So we have taken all those painful experience into consideration when we build integration facilities with our Saaslogic product. So we make it as easy as possible. And not only that, we actually, you will really get to talk to people as you are, going through your journey of integrating your product with Saaslogic. And in
sure.
general,
So,
also, we basically, like you said, we have a lot of experience in SaaS products. We have the ability to really um, provide, some kind of advisory services in SaaS products in general, not only just providing this billing and subscription management services. If you become our customer, we also uh, you know advise you on your general SaaS product abilities and things like that.
fantastic. So it sounds like, the solution's able to handle some really complex billing scenarios where,
Yes,
that
that's another thing actually. Yeah, you bring any billing scenario, there won't be, I don't think, there is anything that we cannot handle. We handle a lot of complex billing scenarios, but it's, fixed price, flat price, tiered. You can just define different tiers and things like that. And we have the ability to add add-ons and all kinds of things. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah,
I
so
Yeah,
upsells, cross sells,
yeah,
add-ons, tiered pricing, just every scenario that you've probably seen multiple times over the years, you've baked into the one SaaS
yeah.
solution. So, no, and this it's really exciting because for a company to be able to purchase a solution like this that's being iterated on and developed and grown over the years with feedback from so many existing customers. I think that there's a lot of value just in that. And
Hmm.
one of the reasons I personally love SaaS as a solution. Now,
Yeah.
is there much of a notification system built into the product itself, or can you talk
Yeah,
a little bit
so
about
that's
that?
actually another big differentiation that we provide as part of our product. Um, See, I think there are various scenarios um, where you want to make sure that all the parties involved are communicated. For example, when customer falls behind in the payment or the card expires, things like that. You want to make sure that you send a notification to everybody that is involved. You send a notification to your customer and also keep the merchant involved. So we have tons of notification templates. So you can take any template and then you get to modify it. A merchant can really create their own message, how it looks, and then what the content should be. They can compose this template, and then we will send on our merchants' behalf to our customers, like for all these scenarios.
Makes a
So
lot
that
of
is
sense.
actually that's very sophisticated notification system, very different from I think most of the products out there.
Okay. And I don't think we can turn the news on nowadays without hearing about security and cybersecurity and a lot of the different, solutions and things like that are needed to stay compliant. Can you
Mhm.
talk a little bit about how Saaslogic looks at security and some of the capabilities built into the platform?
Absolutely. So, security definitely we take it very seriously, and I mean, something that we have been doing for the last 15 years as part of every product we built. It's not any different. So here, what we do is um, we define different. We basically every feature is identified as a permission, one permission, different permissions within the system, and we allow you to define different roles. Administrator will have these permissions, right? Salesperson, they'll have access to only they will not be able to create the pricing plans, but they will be able to create the subscriptions. So like that you can define different roles, and then assign those roles to your users. So when they log into the SaaS Logic, they'll be able to see only what they are allowed to see, nothing more than what they are allowed. So I think so that's very sophisticated, and basically this role-based access management is what provides protects everything in the system.
Makes a lot of sense, and
Yeah.
especially if you're integrating
And we
with a
also
lot of
provide a
lot of
single sign-on, right? For example, let us say you're a business trying to
that.
use this.
That was my next question. If SSO is built
Yeah,
into the
yeah. If
capability,
you're using like any standard identity management systems like uh, Active Directory or anything that talks SAML or OpenID Connect, we'll be able to integrate, and then it'll be seamless for you.
Sure. And I know a lot of our conversation up until now has kind of focused on, recurring billing and payments and subscription management and all of that. But
Yeah.
are there any capabilities built into the platform for, automating making payments through the solution?
So that's one of the key main features in the product.
Okay.
So you can for the payments collections, when customers subscribes to your product, we they can leave the payment method on the file. If they want to pay through credit card, they can leave the credit card information on the file, and then they basically authorize us to go on and collect payment automatically on monthly basis or yearly basis whenever. Whatever your billing frequency is. We can go and collect payment automatically.
Okay.
And we also have the manual way of doing it. Let's say you're not ready to leave the credit card on the file, but in that case, we'll send invoice with a link at the end of the billing frequency. You would be able to click on it and then um, pay manually at that time. So we have both the manual way of paying as well as automatically collect the payment.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. And so I would think that the solution fits into a lot of different scenarios. Do you see more SaaS solutions built on specific architectures in terms of tech, or is the tech stack not as important, to implementing the solution?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we are agnostic because all
Okay.
the functionality of the product is exposed as APIs. So we
Right.
make it as long as you are able to talk to web services using HTTP standards like that. Um, it's there. I mean, you don't need to be implementing your product in a certain way, in certain technology, or things like that. It doesn't matter. So you will be able to use the product. Um, and we also, for the subscription, what we do is we provide some user interface where you would be able to embed into your product so that integration is initiated from your website,
Okay.
and then they'll they'll be in our web application to finish the subscription. It looks smooth and
So it's a seamless
seamless
transition.
experience. Yeah,
Okay. All right. Makes a lot of
yeah.
sense. And at a high level, are there, you know, I don't know if you can speak to it, but can you give an example of either a specific company that's on the platform, or just a scenario of a company that's using the platform, and some measurable impact as to how it's worked for them in their business?
Yeah, definitely. We have a regular, we have a customer in education sector.
Okay.
They are uh, they're using it for collecting tuition fees from the students. They'll keep the parents and students, everybody engaged in that process. They are basically, for example, if they have different grades, each grade is created as a subscription and let the parents subscribe to it. And, they collect this fee on a quarterly basis. So, we automatically go and then collect the fee from the parents on a quarterly basis when they leave their payment information on the file. Otherwise, we send the link. So that's one scenario, right? Um, we're also working with another uh, merchant who is into learning management. Uh,
Okay. Yeah, LMS
so
is huge. Yeah.
LMS, those are the scenarios. Yeah, you bring any scenario, we will be able to handle. You can create pretty complex billing scenarios.
And I would think this would be interesting for marketplaces, for example, where there may be, for example, a multiple levels of customers. Maybe the client that's having the service provided to them, in
Mhm.
addition to the actual contractor that's providing the service. So, complex, levels of you know, payment capabilities like that might be a perfect solution for your
Yeah,
platform.
yeah. The good thing is, I mean, like I said initially, we'll be able to handle those scenarios as well. But if you come across, I mean, if our customers bring anything complex that we cannot handle, we are ready to work with them, spend time to make those features available, right?
Makes a
Um,
lot of sense because,
yeah.
at the end of the day, over the years, each type of scenario that you'll see, if
Hmm.
there's one customer or one client that needs it, there's many more behind them. So,
Correct.
and
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's what brought you to the point that you launched the solution in the first place.
Exactly. Yeah. We
Yeah.
are
So
very open to work with our customers, spend time. We are willing to learn new scenarios that we may not have thought of, and bring them onto our platform. We are very interested in collaborating with our customers, and we see that as that will provide mutual benefit. We'll gain something, and then we also solve our customers' problems. So yeah, we are open, very open to bring new solutions, new features.
yeah, and I think it's going to help. Obviously the company has scaled quite a bit over the years, but I think your trajectory is going to be much quicker over the next several years. So
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
still, for anyone that's listening, are you still doing custom development in addition to the, SaaS solution, or is this really the new direction of the company, new direction of
No,
Expedia?
these are two different business. I mean, we
Two
still
two
have,
totally different. Okay,
yeah, Expeed software is there. That's its core business is. It continues to be providing custom solutions.
custom development. Okay,
Yeah, solutions there. And then Saaslogic is a different company. Its focus is providing payment solutions, as well as actually we're going to make it a holistic platform where it helps not only just the payment portion of the SaaS products. We're bringing other tools also to really run the entire SaaS business, like tools that are required. Um, I mean, we are not trying to compete with all these big vendors like HubSpot and Salesforce, but a
sure.
lot of vendors might need small CRM to get started, and things like that. We're going to provide out of the box, and also we are following up this whole thing with a low code platform where you can build the SaaS products very easily, right? So instead of spending a, a year to build your MVP,
Right.
we are trying to provide tools and technology where you would be able to build something in like matter of a couple of months, the whole
Yeah.
product. So
No, and
and then
that's brilliant because I think
yeah,
at a high level, sitting in my seat, what I see every day is organizations are really looking to, you know, have unified or single tools that offer a lot of capabilities
yeah,
versus multiple tools that they're, trying to pull together to get to their end use
yeah,
case. And
yeah,
I think they're looking at that for two reasons. A, the integration is very tight, and
mhm,
B, I think they're trying to cut costs and bring revenue to their bottom line. So I think it makes a
yeah,
lot of sense on all ends.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, our goal is to really make it easy to build the SaaS products and and then make it easy to monetize. What we have built so far is monetization, and we are also going to have tools and technology to build these SaaS products, like I said, in matter of months, instead of spending like year or whatever to build MVP.
Sure, no, that a lot of value there, and it makes a lot of great sense. Um, As far as any obviously you have you're a seasoned veteran in the space, and you've
Mhm.
had a lot of background and experience and all of that. For entrepreneurs or software developers that are just getting started, do you have a takeaway or two in terms of a few pearls of wisdom that you would share?
Definitely, I think you know sometimes we we look for we think we have to have really um, grand idea and to really start a business. Sometimes it is simple and then boring use case, and then taking that and then executing in a way that provides efficient solution to your customers. So especially for people that are coming from technology background, they are just engineers at the core, and then they have this mindset of um, dismissing, saying it's a simple and trivial when you look at use cases, right?
Sure.
But I think they don't realize that it's not. The use case doesn't have to be complex to create a business. If it could be very simple. Sometimes it could be an existing uh, idea, but delivering that in a different way using the technology that we have at disposal today, right?
Sure, and I
Um,
think if you look at solutions like being able to chat with a PDF, or
yeah,
being able to quickly iterate on an Excel spreadsheet or formulas and things like that,
right.
email solutions, just even Slack. I mean, so many solutions that just provide a single solution to a problem that many people solve could be
Yeah,
a blockbuster.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
As
great.
long as we can bring value, the idea doesn't have to be crazy.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. So obviously we're going to leave a link in the show notes and all of that, but for anyone that is looking to get up and running with Saaslogic, are there different pricing plans or different ways to get started? What are the different starting points look like for getting up and running on Saaslogic?
Yeah, we have multiple ways. We have. I mean, like unlike a lot of platforms that are there out there, we're trying to make it simple and straight. Like um, we are providing all the features, right? We are not really just slicing and dicing for our customers at this point. If you come on board, you'll get everything in one price point.
Okay.
We are providing. I mean, our plan is basically 2.5% on the revenue that is collected, but we are in a promotion period. We are just trying to provide it for 1.5% at this point. Right?
Okay. All right. It makes a lot of sense.
And
And
then also we have, if you're a startup which has funding, and then if you are below $1 million revenue, we will just provide you to really get started for a year, without paying anything. Again, you got to be qualified for that
makes
if
a
you
lot
meet
of
certain
sense. And
criteria.
can someone book a walkthrough of the solution right on the website, or how would they reach out to
Yeah,
you?
if you can reach out to the website, we have contact forms. You can
Okay.
request a demo, and then we have people that can really reach back to you, and then we can demo the features. So yeah, please reach out.
Okay, perfect. And one final question. As you're looking at where the segment of the market is going, what
Hmm.
do you see as some trends within this segment of the market?
Definitely. So credit cards have been the primary method of payment for a long time, right? Um, so that's there's also payment. There is a fee for this substantial amount of fee that you pay to these processing companies, like 2.8, 2.9%, and something like that, 3%.
Sure.
Um, so there is a lot of innovation coming in this payments industry, account to account transfers, for example, without really going to the whole payment networks like Visa and Mastercard. We are, you know, um, coming up with approaches where I can transfer from my account to your account in just a matter of minutes or seconds, right?
Sure.
I think those things are coming up. Those kind of things are there in some of uh, the countries outside US at this point.
Right.
You
I
know,
think over in England, if I saw correctly, they have open banking that's just starting
yeah,
to
Europe is all about open banking. That is actually
yeah,
to facilitate these kind of transactions. And then I come from India, and India has the whole these features. I mean, they went very fast from very difficult to conduct business to like even a street vendor has QR code where you can just scan and pay right now. Those kind of things. Um, and then I think they're all coming up. Even in the US also, I think there's a new standard that is starting something called Fed now. Um,
yes. Yeah.
that's somewhat similar. I think that's we have to see how long it takes to for that to become mainstream. You know, and then of course you're seeing this whole cryptocurrencies and things like that. Um, I think they're going to have some role in the payments in the near future, I believe.
Yeah, actually, just on a recent podcast, we had Kieran James. He's the CEO of payments processor Wonderful over in
Hmm.
England, and
Yeah,
they're actually focused on growing open banking payments through their platform through a lot of different marketplaces and through the whole
yeah,
WordPress ecosystem and WooCommerce and all of
yeah,
that. So yeah, it's a really exciting segment of the market, and I think a lot of I would agree with you. I think over the months and years to come, we'll start to see
yeah.
many alternative methods
Yeah,
becoming.
we are looking at all these developments and keeping our eyes open. We are trying to embrace and bring those features to our customers, and we're also trying to make it easy for our customers to you may start local today in one place, but eventually, if you're really ambitious, you want to go global, right? And going to multiple regions and things like that. Our goal is to make it easy to get started when you're a small player, and also make it easy for you to really go global without really having to put a lot of effort. So,
Sure.
because we are trying to operate in multiple regions, so we'll make it easy for you to be compliant in multiple regions. So, start small, and we allow you to go global with our platform.
Makes a lot of sense. Well, I really appreciate your taking the time out to join us on Software Spotlight today. And for anyone that's looking to get up and running on the solution of the Saaslogic platform, we're going to leave a link in the show notes. And coming up on our next next episode, we're going to be meeting with Rao. He's a Bachelor of Technology computer science engineer who's going to be joining us to talk about his new solution and how they've brought it to market. So be sure to visit our website, softwareoasis.com, to access our free weekly software newsletter and sign up for our upcoming software webinar series. And once again, Rayo, thank you so much for joining us on the Software Spotlight today. And we really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Michael. It has been a great conversation.
Okay, thank you so much.